All right, hello, Cheerskevin here, and welcome back to AstroBlock on the Moon. We have a sealed environment using wonderful glass panels. Now, I did initially grab a chisel and come up with use nicer looking glass. Unfortunately, Galacticraft is set up to only really operate. It does not treat the chiseled glass blocks as sealing, so I had to go ahead and actually transform all of those back. It also doesn't treat the elevator blocks as sealable, which is kind of annoying. But we have two oxygen collectors, which are providing us a fair amount of oxygen, and we've got two oxygen collectors, oxygen sealers. Yes, we have both of those things. Oh, now it says not enough oxygen. Now it says run sealed. Well, that's odd. It was working before. I swear it was. Yeah, maybe at some point we need to actually we need to add a one of those oxygen battery, not oxygen, but yeah, the collectors, so that we don't end up wasting a whole bunch of extra oxygen. Actually, that's probably what the issue is. So let's disable the seal temporarily. There we go. And output vent blocked. That would certainly do it, because I put this up recently. Yeah, okay. So that needs to have its. That would be why. And enable seal. And there we go. Now we're sealed. Yeah, that's because I had plugged in this oxygen compressor to recharge our canisters. Aha, that will do it. Now, so what do we have to do next then, you might ask? If we look at the rocket's request, one of the things, it wants us to build a moon buggy, and then we need to find a workbench schematic for Tier 2 rocket. Now, that is, I happen to know, because I'm a dirty, cheating Googler, not that I work for Google. I Googled things. The next step is for us to find a moon dungeon and defeat the boss in there to get the schematic. But if we're gonna make the moon buggy, we're gonna need loot. If we're gonna make the moon buggy, we're gonna need to build it. We're gonna need schematics for it and all of that stuff. Now the schematics are actually gated behind crafting. Some stuff. There's a whole tier about it in advanced machinery. The buggy is here, and we get the workbench schematic for the moon buggy by getting to here. So we're going to need to first build a launch controller, which would allow us to make a cargo rocket, and then yes, the buggy fueling pad and the buggy. So before we do that, though, we are getting to the point where we need to be a little cautious about power, because, power is a thing, and we need to be mindful of it. Also, I put a bed down here and then discovered, hey, you actually can't sleep. Yeah, okay, it won't let you sleep. It gave me a message before, but it won't let you sleep here because what if the oxygen gets decompressed? You need to build a cryogenic sleep chamber like we have on the asteroid station. So if we want to be able to sleep here in our base, that's something we're going to need to do. But let's go ahead and go station home, because I'm very excited. I have a very cool plan today that is going to. We're going to build an amazing farm, the most epic farm that I've been able to come up with. It is going to generate a lot of power. It is also going to generate a lot of iron, which is fantastic because, iron seems to be the key resource for all of the things. Let's go ahead. Okay, we can't do that because I've been here recently. So let's go ahead and swap this out. Annoyingly, it doesn't look like. Oh, by the way, I was able to upgrade this dank null to a Mark 5, which is the diamond tier. So be jealous. Oh gosh, what was I even saying? Okay, so we're back on the overworld. And yeah, we're gonna build an amazing mob thing. But the first thing we need to do is, let's see, do we have I already have a recipe in here because I've been busy. Let's see. We need a blank data model. This is something that I need. We do not have all the resources. We need a little more cyan dye. Let's make. Oh no, not enough cactus. We've got some cactus right here. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some more cactus. Ba-bum. And I can just hold these down. Oh, no. Not like... Stupid. Oh, I have sand in my dank null. That's not a euphemism. Okay, put that cactus green in there. Now give us some cyan dye. There we go. Cyan dye. And now a blank data model. Because there are a couple things that we're going to need. We need the... Need to craft the redstone repeater first. There we go. And now, give me a blank data model. Thank you. Now, the model that I want is one that we've not done at all yet. It is the blaze data model. And so this requires, just a blaze powder. Nice. Okay. So let's, do we have blaze powder in here? Yes, we do. There we go. Now we have a blaze data model. And of course, it's untrained. We need to be able to kill 6 blazes. So it's time for us to rely on some porcelain dolls. right? Time for us to play with dolls. You can look and we can see if we, so porcelain dolls, we can make them with porcelain clay and diamonds or emeralds, but we'll do it with diamonds. And if we, let's see, there is one of these that will summon if we drop it in a barrel of lava, it will summon a blaze. So we need to kill 6 blazes to get this thing started. And then after that, it can level up in the simulation chamber. But let me go ahead and get set up. We have our amazing farm is going to go back here because it's going to be a little noisy. And also I just, it'll stay within our loaded chunks, which is great. And it's going to take up this 8x8 area. But before we start digging around to do that, I want to go ahead and get these blazes spawned and killed. Okay, so I have porcelain dolls. I have crafted up some nether wart. Let's make this doll of doom. Whoops. Not duel of doom, blazing dolls. Let's make some blazing dolls. So we need at least 6 of these. Oh no, what are we out of? Oh, blaze powder. Toss that in there. Thank you. Give me some more blazing dolls, please. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're out of one more thing. There we go. 4 more of those. So now we have 8 blazing dolls. That's more than we should need. One really hopes. Let's make sure that we are set to go. Let's grab our deep learner and we will go ahead and throw our blazing model in there. I've also been running around and upgrading some of our other data models, because if you kill them, you get more points per. You get more data by killing them manually. So every so often, when it's nightfall, I've been going up and just floating around and murdering stuff, because you get more points that way. So there we go. Rather than having to let the thing sit in the simulator, gathering 1 data per simulation, and now that they're leveled up, they have a higher percentage chance of getting the cool matter. Okay, so it's time for us to spawn a blaze. This is going to be very safe. This will be fine. Okay, the internet says that you're supposed to right-click while holding. Oh, there we go. Okay, if you shift right-click, now it is spawning. Okay, cool, perfect. Yes, thank you. And boop. There we go. All right, we get credit for 1. Let's. Okay, so yeah, we can get rid of this. Thank you very much. I don't have my. Whatever, that's fine. At some point, we should also craft our better remote, so we don't have to worry about that. But okay, so if we shift right, and it's going to use up the lava. All right, well, we're going to do a little ferrying back and forth then. Okay, so it's not shift right click, it's just regular right click. It's just you only see the info once you shift, and then it'll show you, hey, spawning. Also, the fact that our UIs are overlapping is, yeah, a thing. Okay, last one. There we go. All right, and we have reached the basic tier. So that is great news. Now we are done getting our blaze card up and running. We'll go ahead and take this out, throw it in there, and pull that out. Let's go ahead and I think we still got, I put a hopper above here and then have this thing outputting stuff. So it's been grabbing us some pristine zombie matter, which has been nice. Let's go ahead and have it working with the blaze for a little while. And next, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a cactus farm. Very exciting. I'm sure you know. Let's go ahead and grab. We're gonna need, I think 32 iron bars. So let's make some iron bars. We've got 16. There's 32, and we're gonna put a cactus farm at the very tip top here. It's gonna be a single level cactus farm. It's gonna be very, very boring, and so I will spare you the misery of having to watch me place all of these things real quick. Okay, and there we go. We have a cactus farm. Now, there's nothing to actually pick up anything, though, if these cactuses happen to grow. I also don't know if I need to light up the interiors of there. That might be a smart idea, although anything that spawns in there ought to die pretty much immediately. Although, you know what could be cool as well is using end rods instead of the yeah, okay, that would require popped chorus fruit, which I think we can get at some point. Yeah, we just combine extraterrestrial matter, which I think we get from Enderman, and an apple, and that gets us chorus fruit. So we could start farming some chorus fruit and put some end rods up there. I might just do that as an upgrade after this episode. Okay, you know what? I lied. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's make a hopping bonsai pot, and let's grow some chorus fruit. We don't have enough apples, weirdly enough. But we should be able to transmute some end stone now. So let's see about that. Yes, we can get ourselves some end stone, and then we can basically just grow this in a hopping bonsai pot and just let that slowly build up. Oh gosh, that's a very slow growth rate. Okay, well, 1%. Eventually we'll have enough. We need 32 pop chorus fruit, and then we can replace those with end stone. That'll be fun. But the next thing that we need is something to actually gather up the results of our of our farm, and that is a vacuumulator. This is from Thermal Expansion. It requires no power, and it collects items in an area. Okay, so let's go about crafting these. We need some iron gears. I have a bunch of iron because I let the zombie spawner just sort of sit there frittering away. Now, of course, it's using the blaze one, and we've gotten, oh, look at that, some pristine blaze matter. Let's put that in there and see. Okay, so now that resets. We can get sulfur, and we can get blaze rod. Cool. So we can get either of those. That's nice. Okay, we've got the iron gear. What else do we need? We need a redstone servo, which we should be able to make. Let's go ahead and let's see. The device frame. What are we missing for that? We're missing just the center object there. Actually, I am curious if I hover over. Yeah, one annoying thing is I can't tell which items I'm missing from the crafting recipe, but then you can't get them from the. Oh, okay, so we need to make up some copper there. And there we go. Copper. Can make ourselves a copper gear. Gear. There we go. Ba-bum. Put that in there. And the accumulator device frame is good to go. And are we missing anything else? Nope, we are good. We can get ourselves a vacuumulator. So the vacuumulator is going to go in. Now this has an 11 by 11 by 11 as well area that it works in, and we're going to break a little bit of our cactus farm because we're going to put this in the middle here. We kind of need to. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. That's where that's going to go, and of course the sand's going to fall. We'll have to replace that, but that's okay. We'll put the vacuumulator right there, and it shouldn't matter which way that it's oriented. Although, can we? No, we can't. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, no, we can't have it oriented this way. Haha. Yeah, because I need this to be facing backwards because we're gonna pull it out this direction. So let me go ahead and plop something down, and then we'll put the vacuumulator facing that way. One would hope. Let's check. Yes, okay. That's the way I want it. And these cactuses make for a dangerous time. Okay, so now if I throw anything. It should automatically show up in the vacuumulator. There we go. Great. But we don't want it to gather just anything. We want it. Thank you. We need to sneak with an empty hand. We want it to just gather cactus. So we'll go ahead and put that in as a filter. Blacklist. No, whitelist. Right? Yeah. So now let's test that. If I throw some cactus, boom, it's going to pick that up. Good. And it kept the sand. Let's try this again. Sand. Our cactus goes in. Does sand go in? It does not. So it only is going to pick up cactus. So as these cacti grow and break, this thing should pick all of it up. So that's great news. Okay, next thing that we're going to need is an electric furnace. We could make the fancier one, but we're not going to. So an electric furnace, we need an iron plate thing. Electric furnace, iron plate, iron nuggets. Thank you, like so. And there we go. An electric iron plating and an electric furnace. Thank you very much. And we also are going to need a flux point. Yeah, we've got a bunch of those, which is great. We'll go ahead and, just pull those all out, and let's fly back over, and we'll put the furnace in, because we're automatically going to smelt up the output here. Oh, you know what I should have gotten? Well, one is I should have my storage remote, because there's no reason for us to be going back and forth anymore. Because at least while we're here, we've got our storage remote. So let's grab that. Storage remote, thank you. And we also need a... not universal cable, a logistical transporter. We have really no use for these universal cables of lagginess and not transmitting all the stuff. That's lame. So we're going to put this here, and I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to put a flux point right here. So this thing has power. Okay, cool. Of course, that's more of a drain on our system, which is, it is what it is, I guess. Wait a second, logistical transporter. Yeah, I need to configure this. Let's set, we don't need that. I need this, I think. Nope, that's the wrong side. This side, got to figure out which side it is. There we go. Okay. And that is auto output enable. Cool. And I think, just to make sure things are kosher, we need our configurator. So let's grab our trusty remote and grab our configurator out of there and set that to pull. There we go. And look at that. We've got cactus coming in. Fantastic. Okay. And now we can put the sand back on and put get our farm back in place. Next step, so that's the end of it for this row. The next step is going to be digging down. There are 2 more layers of this amazing farm. and we're going to skip the next one and go to the bottom layer. But of course, I've got to dig this way down first. Okay, so I've cleared this out. I did try putting end rods up here. It turns out the end rods will not actually break the cactus, so I've resorted to using them as basic lighting, just put on the ground here for no particular reason. But yeah, they're not gonna serve as both cactus breakers and whatever. Or maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. So we have this middle layer, which is going to be very exciting. I hope you're psyched. And then we have this bottom layer. We're actually going to start with the bottom layer. Oh, interesting that some of this falls down. Huh, the vacuumulator should have been able to get that, but I wonder if maybe that was an issue of mine. Anyway, let's go ahead and I need to move these torches actually out of this area, out of the middle of it at least, because we need the full 8x8 area. And this is where things are going to get a little bit insane. You're not going to understand what's going. Well, I shouldn't. Well, I knew that way. You may not know what we're going to do until we've done it. So let's go ahead and start. The base layer here is aluminum wire, and we need, yes, 63 of them exactly. And I'm going to put away some stuff that we don't need, and I'm going to grab a flux. Let's see, the flux plug for adding energy to the network. So the flux plug is going to go right here in this base corner, and then we're going to grab aluminum wire. Actually, you know what? Did I craft a wand? I thought I had crafted a wand. Maybe I did not. Okay, let's craft a wand real quick. There we go. Give me a wand. Yes, we're going to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out a whole bunch of aluminum wire. Yep, so that's and well, this isn't too bad. But you know what? We can use the wand, because why the heck not? Man. Oh, yay, so exciting. How far deep is that? Okay, this is not saving time. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there we go. Our gridiron of wire. And that's phenomenal. Let's go ahead and, we'll go ahead and put this on the network. And then on top of that, we're going to have some very fancy stuff. So let's grab our remote. And here's where things are going to get very exciting. Oh, yeah, so I can take some stuff out of here. So you can see I have some bookmarks. I got a accumulator and the flux plug to remind me, and the builder's wand, to remind me. Here's the one that we're going to build now. This is going to require a lot. So the inventory furnace generator, I built a whole bunch of these before the episode. This is, we've built one of these before. It's a survivalist generator, which is upgraded into the inventory furnace generator. And then we can use that to create a simple combustion generator. Now, that's not an inventory one. That is a base ground one. Basically, it works like, as you might expect. You put combustible things into it, and it provides us with RF. Now, this also requires a bunch of creeper matter. So I've had a pristine creeper mob card sitting in the simulator for a very long amount of time, running through a lot of polymer, getting us some pristine creeper matter. So we need a full stack of these. Boom. Oh, wait a second. Do we not? I thought we had. I swore we did. Oh, no, there we go. It just got laggy. We get a quest reward because we needed to craft one of these. This is a little bit of overkill. Oh, some aluminum wire. Thank you very much. That's helpful. All right, so we have a stack of simple combustion generators that are going to simply combust. So let me go ahead and lay these out, and then we'll use the builder's wand to extrude this out this way. Oh, right, I have to shift. Click 4, 1, boom, a boom, a boom. Okay. Last thing is we need some basic logistical pipes across the tops of all of these. And this, oh my gosh, I did not think about this with having the floor here. This is going to be a big pain in the butt. Thank goodness for the builder's wand. And there we go. That is the bottom layer of stuff done. The only thing that we need, in addition, is to put, so we'll set up a connection with this middle layer, which will be the thing that we do this will be the last thing that we do. So I need a single drawer. Let's go ahead and plop that down here. Go ahead and put that there, and we'll knock this out. And then the only other thing I need is a logistical sorter. Now, the reason we need a logistical sorter is these are right here. Remember, we use those right toward the very beginning of this series. And this will, to allow us to pull out a specific item. And we're going to put this here. The reason that we're using this is because this we can set to round robin. Because what we want to do is make sure whatever fuel that we're about to generate to pull in here, it gets relatively evenly distributed across all of these amazing combustion generators. So the idea is that this middle layer will be responsible for generating fuel and putting it into this single drawer, and then once it gets into that drawer, it will get evenly distributed across these generators. Okay, so without any further suspense, let's get to building. And the first thing we are going to need is 2 flux plugs. So let's go flux. There we go. Or sorry, flux points. Yes, because we need to power some stuff. So we're going to go ahead and put a flux point here. We'll go ahead and put that on the network. And we'll put a flux point here, put that on the network as well. Okay, great. Next, to the side of the, so we're going to need 2 loot fabricators. We have 1. Do we have the materials to craft another one? We do not. I'm going to have to get some dandelions. That's okay. Well, that should be nice and quick for me to do. But we'll at least build one side, and then we'll do the other. So this is going to go there, and then on top of that, because I took down the loot fabricator that we had over there before, we're going to need a simulator, and that simulator is going to oh yeah, right, out of our remote. Thank you. Simulation chamber out of there, and put that right. Come on. Put that right there. And I know it's been said I need to get a flux magnet. Yes, I do. You're correct. We'll put that there and set this to extract. Okay, so now anything coming out of the simulation chamber will go into the loot fabricator. Now the simulation chamber is finicky about how it gets its polymer. It needs to get it from the top. And so that means we have got to get ourselves a hopper, which of course we do not have in here. So let's go ahead and make some chests. We need at least 2 of those. There we go. And let's make some hoppers now. There we go. I hope we've got enough steel for those. There we go. 2 of those. Let's take those out, please. Hopper, give them to me. And we will put a hopper on top here. And then on top of that, we need a basic drawer. So, there we go. We need a basic drawer there, and we need a basic drawer there. Okay, so this is going to be our zombie simulator. Now, we're not going to put any cards in it right now because I don't want to end up using power just yet. We'll put in the cards toward the very end of this process. But we will put in some stuff just to keep things locked for the moment. So we'll take some polymer out. We'll take some overworldian matter out. And then we'll take a key. S'il vous plaît. Thank you. Put this here. Put this here. There we go. Okay. So overworldian matter is going to go here. We'll lock that. Polymer clay is going to go there. We'll lock that and then take it out. And so that some of that's going to end up in there. That's fine. And now this process should be mostly automated. We will get once we get a single. Actually, we can grab that. Shouldn't we? We should have some pristine zombie creeper blaze zombie. Oh, we don't right now. Okay, fair enough. Once we have pristine zombie matter, we'll be able to take that out. Actually, let's grab another basic logistical transporter. And then 1 more drawer. Give me another. Oh, we don't have. Okay, fair enough. We need to make some more basic drawers. We need to make some chests. Fair enough. We can do that. Let's make some chests. That's not the kind of chest. Okay. Come on, chest. There we go. Make some of those, please. Yeah, we're going to need a fair bunch of these. That's okay. Okay. And then, yes, make a drawer. I need to figure out better key bindings for this. There we go. And boom. And we need a couple of those. That'll be fine for now. Put that there, and this will be giving us iron, okay? Now, last thing with this side is the... Oh, we do have the pristine... Yeah, we have the zombie card. Let's go ahead and... Since this is powered anyway, let's go ahead and throw a zombie card in it, and then we can at least get this thing set and locked, okay? So it's got 2 polymer. It's a 42% chance that it'll generate a pristine zombie matter as long as we get 1. That failed. Fair enough. Well, we'll grab some more, give it some more polymer if we absolutely have to. All right, and we will worry about setting up all of the void upgrades at the very end because we've got. Wait, why is oh yeah, there's lava across from here on the other side of the wall, so that's gonna we may want to douse that at some point, but not today. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this simulator over here. Let's put the loot fabricator down right here. And same thing as over here. We're going to need a drawer up there. We're going to need a logistical transporter right here. And then we're going to need a drawer up on top of there. Nope. Right there. Thank you. And then a hopper right on top like that. Okay. So same deal. We're going to get some polymer, put that in here and lock it. The only thing that's going to be different, we'll take some out as well. The only thing that's going to be different is that what we are going to, since it's blaze, we're going to have hellish matter coming out as a byproduct. Oh, you know what? I've got that sitting in a chest somewhere. Well, we'll eventually get it. That's fine. And same thing here. We'll have output going into a drawer. So let's plop a drawer down there and set this to pull. Okay. So now these should be set up to do their proper processing. And it looks like, unfortunately, or actually, hang on. Nope. We did not get any out of there. So let's go ahead and give it some more polymer. Let this one go ahead and run until we get a little bit. Let's take some of it out. Shouldn't need all of that. Okay, I just saw one pristine zombie matter. So now we can set this to produce ourselves some iron ingots. And now that with this being set, it's going to always do that. Now, whenever it gets a new pristine, it's going to decide, hey, I should make some iron. And that's exactly what we're going to tell it to do. Now, outside from there, on this side, now this is not true over here, but on this side, we're going to use a logistical sorter to siphon some of this off. Some of this will be feeding back into the system. Some of this, however, will not. So we are going to craft ourselves up another drawer. Let's do that, and thank you. And this drawer is going to be excess iron, and it'll be temporary because eventually we'll want to import this into our proper system. But let's go ahead and route via the basic logistical transporter over to here, so that this will eventually produce us excess iron that we don't need from the system. Now, all we have to do to configure this is we will add a new filter. Let's take some iron out, add a new filter, tell for item stack for this. Let's see, put that up there, and we'll save that, and then we'll tell it to round robin, so that if we have all other destinations, it will evenly distribute between those destinations. So there is where our excess iron will be produced. Now, on this side, we have only one area where the output of here is going to go, and the output is going to be sulfur, because we are going to use our blaze, because, I mean, as you probably could have guessed. So let's go ahead and grab our blaze. We'll grab one pristine blaze matter, because I'm feeling lazy about this one. Let's go ahead and throw that in, and we will grab our blaze just to configure this, put in a blaze matter, and we're going to tell this to produce sulfur, okay? So sulfur will go in there, then we can go ahead and lock that key. There we go. Lock that with the key. Once this is done, it's going to produce, yes, hellish matter. We need to configure this to pull. There we go. Hellish matter is going to go up there, and cool. Okay, so these are locked. These are locked. Is this locked? I mean, we don't need it to be locked, but we'll go ahead and lock it all the same. I'm going to pull all the sulfur out of here because I don't want this thing to run just yet. We'll grab, is it still, yeah, okay, it's still produced a little. That's okay. We'll pull the sulfur out of there. Next thing that we are going to do, so the output of this sulfur, we're gonna operate on this side for right now. We need to create a crafter. So there are multiple tiers of crafters. This is from RF Tools, and this will automatically craft stuff for us, which sounds very, very nice. Of course, we're missing some of the materials. We need a crafting table, which is easy enough to do. And then we need a machine frame, which we don't have all the materials for. We need compressed steel. We're out of steel and compressed iron. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to have to do some compressing real quick. Let me do that. Okay, titanium in the system. Let's do that again. Let's get a crafter. Boom. And we need the machine frame, and we're going to make 2 of those. Good, we can make 2 of those, and we're going to make 2 crafters. We can't. Yeah, well, fair enough. Let's make some more redstone torches, and some more crafting tables. Oh, man. Okay, and there we go. Now another crafter. Thank you. Okay, so now we have 2 crafters, and we're going to use the first one, and we're going to configure this. Now, this thing will do basic auto crafting for us, which is really, really nice. This is the simpler of the 2, so we'll go ahead and set this one up first. We'll plop this over here, and this is going to come in. It's going to sit right there, and it's going to need power, so we'll have to provide it some of that, but it's also going to take out some sulfur, and that's great. Okay, so the recipe that we're going to teach this requires redstone and blaze and sulfur, and I may get the recipe wrong. We'll see. It is 2 blaze powder up top, and then redstone and then sulfur, or it is those things in reverse. So sulfur and then redstone. Boom. Oh, you know what? I have to double click here to teach you the recipe. Never mind. There we go. I was getting scared there because, man, if this broke, I would be very upset. And like that, there we go. And this gives us pyrotheum dust. Now, there are 2 things we can configure here. We can say all items and input slots are consumed. I don't want it to do that. So this is its internal inventory. If it uses absolutely everything, then that means it could end up stuck with just redstone in here, for example, and then never able to craft stuff. You can also tell this to put this into the output buffer, in which case it will send stuff out. Or we can tell it to keep this internal if we had, say, 2 recipes and we wanted to craft something that we would use in the second recipe. But in this case, we'll go ahead and tell it to just leave this as an external. So this will craft 2 pyrotheum dust. Now, to make this work, we're going to put, just to make sure that we don't ever get our inventory stuck, I'm going to seed this with one of all 3 of those, okay? So this is going to produce pyrotheum dust for us. and I'm going to put that here, and go ahead and set that like that. Now, since I've given away the secret there, let's get this part going. Now, I happen to know, because I've looked ahead in the book, that eventually I'll want this to look a little bit different. But for now, we'll put this on the network that way. But we'll rewire it a little bit later. Let's let this craft up one blazing pyrotheum, and it should be. Let's see. Oh, right. It's not going to do that because it's not going to consume the last item in a slot, because it's very smart and very considerate like that. There we go. And now crafted one, and it sent blazing pyrotheum into here. Now, the blazing pyrotheum is not going to come out and hop into a combustion generator because we've not set up the logistical filter to do that yet. Now, I don't want to set it up to do that, so I want to take that pyrotheum dust out. We'll go ahead and put that over here so we've got it, and then we can come down and configure this filter. Tell it, I want you to take pyrotheum dust, and tell it to round robin. So now, every time it grabs pyrotheum dust, it should give it to a different combustion generator. So, as long as we produce 64 of these before the first one of these runs out, we should have a source of pretty decent power. And the pyrotheum dust burns for a long time. However, you may be thinking, there is a problem. And that is that we need redstone and blaze powder. Now, we can get this, of course, from sifting. So we're going to have to craft up some more sifters, some auto sieves. Now, we're going to put this in the center, just like so. We're going to need a bunch more hoppers. So let me go ahead and craft that up. Because remember, with the heavy sieves, these will only work with compressed materials. We're going to put hoppers behind here, and then we have a way of doing compression automatically, which is very nice. Let's open this up and get that crafting. Compress. Auto compressors, there we go, auto compression, and this requires a block of iron and then a bunch of crafting tables. So that is doable. Let's go ahead and craft 2 blocks of iron, and then we should be able to craft ourselves some auto compressors. Not quite. What are we missing? Oh, a bunch of crafting tables. Fair enough. There we go. And one of those, and one of those. Let's go ahead and pull those out, and these are going to go right up on top here. Okay. So now these do take 5 RF per tick. In theory, we could supply these things. We could use one and then distribute it, but it takes up a little more space. And for an extra 5 RF per tick, I don't particularly care. So we're going to plop 2 hoppers on top of there, and then on top of here, we're going to put 2 dust generators. Now, that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to craft because, if you remember, that requires a bunch of glacial ice, and then we have to start with cobblestone generators. Now, we could steal one, and we might just do that because, you know, we're getting close to having enough emeralds for things. Why not just steal one of these? Okay, and then these are going to be powered like so. We'll have this into the network like that, and then we need one like this, and this will share this with all 3 of these. Now, we do also need 2 diamond stiffened meshes, and there we go. So now we have 2 of these. We can go ahead and insert those right here. This thing has no mesh, so it's bummed. This one has no mesh, so it's bummed. These do consume 120 RF per tick, so we are starting to get to costly levels of stuff. This one also, by the way, as far as these simulations go, it does depend on what the model is. So the current data model for zombies, it consumes 80 RF per tick. However, to simulate Blaze, it drains 256 RF per tick. So it is considerably more expensive, and that's something that we will need to be mindful of. Okay, so this is some of the production that we're doing. Another thing that we need now, we need drawers. So I need a couple of, actually, I'm going to need 3 of those. So drawer, I need the basic drawer 2 up. I need more chests for that, apparently. That's okay. We can, chest, give me 2 more of those, please. 1, 2, and then a drawer 2 up. Bum. There we go. Thank you. And we're going to put one of those here, and one of those here, and one of those here. Okay. So we are, let's see, I'm not sure if this has produced everything. Yes, it has. It's produced all 6 things, and they're all going to go into different places. So I'm going to take, we'll set this up in a moment. Over here, we're going to get, you may have guessed it based on our crafting recipe, we're going to take blaze and redstone. Okay. So redstone into there, blaze into there. Do I have my key? Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and lock that up. Perfect. Over in this corner, this is going to be diamond and silicon. Now, these are actually waste products, so we don't need them for anything. In theory, we could eventually set up a pipe to just siphon them over to here as being sort of output products as well. We will need to eventually void upgrade all of this stuff, We will get to it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine in the meantime, right? Everything will be fine. The last thing is lapis and glowstone. Believe it or not, we actually need everything. Well, we need four of the six outputs here. So with that done, we can grab our logistical transporters and set those up like so, and tell these go ahead and pull. Okay, thank you for the torches. Go ahead and pull, and go ahead and pull. So now this will put all this stuff into the right places. I don't want to start our generators just yet. So I'm actually going to turn this thing off of pull for now. Because I don't want to, because if we start putting stuff in here, then the generators are going to start, and then we have to worry about all that. But next we're going to route this up like so, and this is going to be ugly until we get things disconnected. So, let's see, this needs to be, let's see, we'll make that one blue. Nah, we'll make that one green. Make this one blue. Don't connect here, please. Make that one green, and make this one blue. So blue all the way to here. And now this should be able to extract like so. And we will get our redstone and blaze powder out into our crafter. And as soon as we get, this isn't going to end up crafting excess stuff because we don't have, because we're not producing sulfur. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. We can leave this configured the right way. Good. Okay, so now we get into, nope, not there. Now we're getting into one of the, we're getting close. We're getting close to having this thing rigged up. You can see we have a system now for producing pyrotheum dust, which is great so long as we have so long as we have polymer going into this system, which right now we don't. So as long as we have a constant input of sulfur and we have our autosieves going, we will get pyrotheum, which can then go down and power our generators. But we need to come up with a system to generate polymer. Now, polymer, if you as you may recall, is clay, cyan dye, iron ingots, and gold ingots. So we are going to have to do some more crafting. We're going to need another autocrafter, but this one is actually going to have to operate a little more complexly. So we have the basic crafter. We need to upgrade it to tier 2. Now, I don't think we have any of those things just yet, so let's go ahead and make 2 redstone torches, please. One of those, ba-ba-bum, and then 2 crafting tables, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, and let's go ahead and make a crafter tier 2, okay? Another crafter tier 2, ba-ba-bum. Crafter tier 2 is going to sit on its butt right here, and this one actually, if I remember right, it's going to need to be powered from underneath because it's we're going to be using stuff on all sides here. And in fact, we can go ahead and rig some of this up right now. So for example, cactus. If this thing is going to be all about crafting our polymer, well then it's going to need to pull all this stuff in. Now, we should actually teach this all of its recipes first and make sure that we get some of the inventory going in here, because otherwise, we'll end up in trouble. Also, iron is going to go into here. Okay, so we're thinking about the polymer. The polymer has these inputs. So we've got iron coming in, cool. We've got smelted cactus coming in, so that's green, but that's not. And we've got lapis coming in, which is blue, but we don't have clay and we don't have gold. Well, it turns out we can actually transmute gold using hellish matter and glowstone and iron. So we can transmute iron. There's a recipe for it. If we look at gold ingots, it looks like this. So iron and glowstone and hellish matter. And I realize we are going to need another logistical sorter because our output is actually going to come up here. So there we go. Thank you. And we will need to colorize both of these, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. We'll make these blue, 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 blue. And this will pull down, which is great. And then this will come like this. And like that. Or actually, no, it doesn't need to go up quite that high. Like, that would be very bad. Thank you. And let's run things like so. 1, 2, 3, and up, and then up. There we go. Okay, so this thing, once it's crafted its polymer, should be able to send things back into our drawers, okay? So that'll be the process. However, I do need to colorize all these. Okay, but before we start teaching recipes to this thing, and before we figure out how to route our hellish matter over into here, because that one's going to have to be a little bit windy as well, we need to set up our process for making clay. Now, you may remember that there is a recipe for making clay bricks, and that's in the compressor. You just go ahead and use sand surrounding by a water bucket. Now, we could set up something like this. We could send a water bucket back and forth and try and get things into a compressor just right. That seems like a very challenging proposition, because we'd have to make sure that we don't fill the compressor up with sand and not leave space for the water bucket, and we'd have to make sure the recipe goes in just right. There is a different way. There is another way to make this, and that is using the chemical injection chamber. This will take water vapor and dirt and give us clay. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a crafting nightmare, would be perhaps a strong word, and perhaps an accurate one. We're going to have to do some crazy mechanism stuff to get this thing, because if we look, let's go ahead and let's see, the chemical injection chamber looks like this. Let's go ahead and bookmark it just to make our lives a little easy. It starts with the purification chamber, which starts with an enrichment chamber. And yeah, you can see there was a lot of diamond tier infused stuff. So it's going to be a little bit of a process, but let's do it together. We should hopefully, maybe we'll get some awards in the, or some quest completions in the process. Let's start off by making ourselves a steel casing, if we can. Yes, we can. Okay, cool. Let's take that then and can we make an enrichment chamber? Enrichment chamber, we need some control circuits. We need some more redstone as well. Okay, so let's pull out some osmium. Yeah, and at some point, we should really get ore doubling going, because we're being very wasteful, I think. Yeah, no, ignore that, please. Oh, good, we already have a bunch of redstone. Oh, we have basic control circuits. Amazing, fantastic. Okay, let's put that in then. I don't know. I think I had been getting a bunch of those up for logistical pipes. All right, enrichment chamber. So that's a step, and we get a reward for doing that. Hooray for us! We get mechanism machines right up here. Enrichment chamber, common reward, a squid tentacle. Thank you, just what I've always wanted. Okay, so from there we have the enrichment chamber. Now we need to get to the purification chamber. That's osmium ingots, enriched alloys, advanced control circuits. What do we? Okay, so we need all of those things. The enriched alloy is iron with redstone, so we've got that. Let's grab some iron, throw that in our metallurgic infuser as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be enough. And then what was the other bit that we needed? It was, oh yeah, we needed 4. These are, okay, so we need a fair bit more of those, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. We'll let that go. And then I need to throw a little bit more osmium, because we need some of those basic control circuits as a base for these ones. Now the final step is going to require us to do some infusing with diamonds. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell this thing to stop auto ejecting. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me take that. Thank you. And we'll tell this to stop auto ejecting for the moment, so that we can just get some dust out of it, because we're gonna need it over here. Now, one thing you may be asking yourself, though, is where are we going to get the water vapor? And you're absolutely right to be asking that. We need a rotary condensator to do that. And this will take in water and give us water vapor. So how are we looking in terms of that one? That one shouldn't be quite as bad, but it's still a bit of a pain in the butt. All right, we have a basic fluid tank that actually happens to have stuff in it, but it doesn't seem to care. That's fine. We'll need a basic gas tank, which we should be able to craft. One of those, good. And we need an energy tablet, which I happen to know we already have one on the station. So let's just go to the station real quick and grab that. I think we have it in here. There we go, energy tablet, wonderful. And we'll go back, and yeah. So this one shouldn't be quite as bad. And then we'll use the same old basic water condensator that we used we've used in the past. Okay, so here all we're missing are the osmium that we need to infuse with redstone. So I guess let's go ahead and make a water condensator. I don't know. Words are not my thing. All right, let's make another piston. Thank you. Nope. What are we missing for that? Oh, we're missing cobblestone. Fair enough. Here, I've got some cobblestone for you. There we go. Grab some cobblestone out of there and put in the cobblestone. Give me some iron gears too, because we're going to need those. Give me this piston, s'il vous plaît. And how are we looking? Everything except, okay, so we need a steel casing. There we go. And we need a water bucket. Fair enough. Let's grab a bucket of water. Thank you. One of those. And go ahead and fill that thing up with water. Pull it back out. and put that in there. And water condensator goes there. So that stuff is still infusing for a little bit. Let's see about getting some of this set up, since we at least have the condensator. So the thing is going to go there. The chemical injection chamber will go here. The steam maker will go there. And that means that our condensator will go here. Okay, like so. Now that also means that we will be putting water on the sides of it. All right, so the water condensator is working. We are going to need a basic mechanical pipe just to pull the water out into the steam maker. So let's see, do we have a mechanical? Yes, we do. We have a basic mechanical pipe, and this will just need to be one block. It'll go from up here and then over into this block here. So, and that's, of course, once we are able to make our rotary phone. Okay, we have the basic control circuits. Let's make our rotary phone. There we go, rotary phone. Thank you very much. And we can go ahead and put that. We can leave stuff. More metallurgic infusing is going on, but we can hop back down here, and we will put this right here. Okay, so then we'll use our configurator. Thank you. And set this to pull. There we go. Now this thing will automatically get water. Now right now it is condensating, which means it will take a gas and turn it into water. That's not what we want it to do. We want to do the opposite. We want to take that and turn things into water vapor. Now, why this thing places with RF. I don't really know why exactly that is, but that's okay. Now we can go ahead and actually reset how we have this set up, because there's no reason to have more flux points than are strictly speaking necessary. This can go and power both of these. And now this thing will get power, and it is condensing this into water vapor. And of course, it's being allowed in the process. We can eventually muffler upgrade that, but whatever, it's fine. But wait, you may be saying, the chemical injection needs dirt as an input. You're absolutely right. So we're going to need a dirt generator, and we're also going to need a hopper. So let's go ahead and craft up one of those. Do we have a chest? Oh, we don't even have the steel. Oh, good. Okay, gonna have to make some more steel. Or at least get it compressing. Okay, the metallurgic infuser has infused. So let's see, chemical injection chamber, how far are we? Okay, we've got the 2 gold pieces, that's all. Right, the purification chamber, we need to craft 2 of those, okay? So, did we get, yeah, we got everything out of there. So we should be able to craft those then, in theory. Let's craft these, please. Yes, 1, oh, okay, fair enough. One of those, boom. Oh, dang it, I made an extra one, that's okay. It's okay. We can be wasteful. There we go. Okay, the purification chamber. And I think we should have... Did we get an award for that? Are we pure? Oh, well, that's a bummer. We don't get... Yeah, there's no purification chamber award. Oh, well. Okay, so now we at least have this middle row done. The last thing we need to do is craft up all these reinforced alloys and whatnot. And those are all diamond injection things. So this is 2 of those reinforced alloys. And oh, and then another advanced control circuit. Perfect. Okay, so we do need another one of those. And then we need... So that's... 4. So 4 of the enriched alloy plus 4 more for these elite control circuits. So 8 enriched alloy. Let's see, enriched. Okay, we've got more than enough now. There we go. We'll put that there and then put these back in the system. And then we just need a diamond infused stuff. So let's go ahead and dump what is in here. We'll go ahead and put this in here. And then we need to see how we're doing in terms of diamond dust. Got 7. All right. Yeah, okay, we've got enough. And let's just put this... Whoops. Well, fine, that works. Put that down as a placeholder block, so that will point into it. So as soon as we get our chamber going, we should be all set. Then we'll put the dirt generator on top of there. Okay, so we're just waiting for that chemical injection chamber. Okay, 8 of the reinforced alloy should be all that we need, unless I have miscalculated. But let's see, chemical injection chamber. We need to make 2 of these elite control circuits. And I think we already have credit for these, right? Well, we'll find out. And then... There we go. Can we make this? Yes, we can. The chemical injection chamber, ladies and gentlemen. That is the most complex machine, I think, of this whole process. But this is going to give us a much better source of clay than we could otherwise hope for. So we'll plop this down like that. We'll plop an aluminum wire like that. And then, yeah, we need to configure this because it's a mechanism machine. We need to set up the transporter config. So, not the transporter config, the side config. Okay. So input, this is top, we don't care. Input from the side, thank you. And input from this side, we care. And then output, there we go. Come on. Output. Why does it say output on all of these sides? That's weird. Okay, yeah, okay, this is not quite right yet. this needs to be input, and this needs to be input. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because gases, it will just take input from anything, so we don't care. So we'll go ahead and leave this off. We don't have to configure any of this. This just needs to be, it needs to take solids in from that side, and it needs to take things out through the front, okay? So we don't have anything right now pumping into, so right now it's not going to extract anything just yet because we don't have any of these pipes configured to pull stuff in. The last thing we need to do is wire up the hellish matter into here, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. Yes, we'll bring this down one and then over, and then over, and over, and over like that. Okay, so that's gross, but it does at least get the hellish matter out of there and into here. Okay, we have cactus green production. We have all of the sifting outputs. We have iron production, and we have sulfur production. We have hellish matter. We have overworldian matter, which is excess. We basically have 4 waste materials out of here. Those are being iron, overworldian matter, diamonds, and silicon. So we should probably eventually route those all. Yeah, we can route those all to the same place as being just sort of general output stuff that we don't need. We could even, I think we'll probably end up with more pyrotheum dust than we technically need either. Last thing we have to do is teach this thing all of the recipes that it is going to be working with. So let me get some of the materials myself, because we're going to need some clay. Actually, you know what? Since we're making all the materials just fine, let's go ahead and set some of these things to extract, right? This will be fine. Let's set this one. This one's set, and okay, and it's already set to pull out of here. It just doesn't, it's not getting anything in just yet, which is fine. We'll go ahead and set this one to pull out, just so then because I don't have all this, I actually don't have all of this stuff. Like some of the cactus green I actually didn't have. Hellish matter, we'll set that to pull. And then the clay, we'll set that to pull as well. Okay, so clay blocks. Now, we are going to have to clear out some of the inventory because we want to make sure that this stuff doesn't get completely filled up because it needs to do a bunch of recipes that are internal. First recipe we're going to teach it is that, hey, you can make take one clay and make 4 clay balls out of it. We're going to tell it internal, and we're going to tell it keep 1 item in every inventory slot, okay? So this is going to make sure that it only does the one, that it does not use up all of the clay, and it will convert clay into its own internal stuff. And actually, I mentioned before we need to get power to this somehow. We're going to have to power it from the bottom. Because there's just no other way to... Yeah, because there's no other way to power it. So we'll give this one a flux point. Thank you. Put that one on the network. And close that up. There we go. And let's teach it another thing. So I'm going to double-click here. I'm going to put some iron in the inventory slot so we have it. We're going to teach it that iron and glowstone and hellish matter, and I don't remember the shape of this. Oh, okay. Either that works or it's a shapeless recipe. I don't know. We'll say keep this, and it's an internal recipe as well. So it will not throw this stuff into the output. It will convert its internal inventory. So you see it already made 6 of them. So cool. It's now making gold. We need to teach it how to make cyan dye. That's another internal recipe. And so that is just lapis and cactus green. There we go. Now it knows that. And now look at that. It's already converting it in its internal inventory. It's converting all of that material, which is great. And then the last recipe, which is the actual external one, and we do want to keep, so we don't want to use up all of the resources, is finally crafting up the actual polymer. So let's teach it to do that. And I may have the gold and the iron in the wrong place. We'll find out. Nope, I do not. There we go. Keep and external. Cool. So now, once this thing has enough resources, it should be able to craft polymer. Right now, it just doesn't have enough iron. But if I put some iron in, yeah, you can see it's got polymer, and it's in its crafting slot because it's not able to get rid of it because we told it that's an external recipe. Okay, so the only thing then we need to do is teach this machine, teach this logistical sorter that it is allowed to pull out polymer, and that it should round robin it. Oh, you know, there's one more thing we need to do. I think we actually need to set this to a color. Yeah, okay, for whatever reason, I don't know entirely why that is. But this should now supply polymer. Okay, so it's going to supply it over to that side, and it should take more of that polymer and supply it over to the other side. I just want to make sure, because when I was configuring these, something went a little weird, and I want to make sure it goes the right way. Let's throw more polymer in there. There we go. So it takes that out, and it should now remember, and it should throw it that direction, unless I screwed up those pipes. Nope. Okay. So now we have polymer that is going to feed back into the system. Now, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, I think we are actually done. The only thing that we're missing now is actual power, which may be an issue. I'm gonna let's see if we can get a peek at stuff here. There we are. How are we doing? We are okay. We're not draining too bad. Yeah, weirdly enough, it feels like the network buffer should be draining, but it's not. I don't know if that's a bug, but I mean, I'm okay with it. Look at that. Okay, nope, we've got sulfur coming in. It's making pyrotheum dust, and now we should see. There we go. This one is starting to produce stuff. It's got a fuel buffer. We're starting to get this thing working. And if we AFK for a little bit, we should see the whole thing really start to light up. Okay, so last thing I did was I just wired up these excess pipes, the diamond and the silicon, and the terrestrial matter, or overworldian matter, rather, to go ahead and throw up in this excess drawer. So we'll go ahead and we'll get a stream of ingots and diamonds and raw silicon, whatever. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that I did test this with these trained to the max. The Blaze right now is not trained to the max. And so there is a question of whether we might run out of polymer, which is, I suppose, possible, although shouldn't be a huge issue. Are these? Yeah, they've still got a stack in there. So it is possible that we won't keep up with polymer. No, we should be fine. Yeah, because this is just it's going to get a little bit more efficient once the Blaze data model becomes even better. Once it gets more, once it goes through enough iterations, and it'll be a little bit better trained. Okay, looking at this, actually the bottleneck in this process does seem to be clay. If we look, this thing is severely backed up. We've got plenty of glowstone, plenty of everything. Hellish matter's also, I guess, a little bit of a thing, although we may be not no, I think we still got enough in there that we're getting stuff. It's enough to keep up with the system, but couldn't hurt to put in a speed upgrade. So why not see if we can craft one of those. Speed upgrade looks like this, nice and easy, and we get an award for it. So, hooray for us! Let's go ahead and just toss that upgrade in, right? And there we go. Speed increases speed of machinery, and now this thing, in theory, should produce this stuff a little more efficiently. As soon as we get clay, it's able to use it. Although the way these are stacked is kind of annoying. I suppose what we could do as well is, it doesn't matter now, but it's not taking this one because it wants to leave one in every inventory slot, and it's not taking this one. So even though it could, that's not the end of the world, though. Okay, so this is still running. I'm still in the process of crafting up enough obsidian in the compressor to get these upgraded. I'm getting very tired of crafting up obsidian, and I figured I would just craft an igneous extruder on my own. But then I realized, this actually requires some stuff that we haven't done yet. So let's see if we can make one of those real quick, because this should allow us to create obsidian with just lava and water as input. And since we have a lava generator and we have a water generator, well, why not do that? What are we missing for that? We're missing a tin gear. We should be able to make a tin gear. There we go. Make a machine frame. Badoom, badoom. And then we need Invar ingots. We need copper gears as well. Do we have? We don't have enough copper. That's okay. We can get some of that smelting up. I just need iron. There we go. And then redstone. There we go. Because I want to not just get all of those upgrades done, but also then we can build more of these flux storage devices. And that will allow us. What the heck has just happened? Oh, okay, weird. And that'll allow us to see in real time how this thing actually works. And igneous extruder, redstone reception coil, and then we need Invar ingots. Now, Invar ingots we need to smelt up an Invar blend, which we can make in an induction smelter or a factorizer. How do we make Invar blend? We can do this with pulverized iron and pulverized tin, which we should be able to make by just pulverizing it in the quartz grindstones. Okay, pulverized tin, pulverized iron. I've got too much stuff. That's fine. And actually, did the dank null? Does the dank null not have this in it anymore? Whoops. Yeah, let's put some cobblestone in there. Definitely gonna need cobblestone in the dank null. Thank you. All right. Let's craft those up then. So we've got pulverized iron, 2 of those, and then pulverized tin like that. Oh no. Oh, okay. There we go. It just, it's not shaped. Okay, it didn't work in the okay, it had to be in a 9x9 recipe for whatever reason. Let me go ahead and furnace those up. We got igneous extruder. Thank you very much. And this should take in lava and water and make amazingness. There we go. Okay, lava going into there, water going into there, and it is making obsidian. Amazing. And of course, it's probably taking an awful lot of RF to do that, but that's okay. Okay, I have everything void upgraded, which is great. We are experiencing a little bit of lag, though. To be honest, I feel like that's actually this extruder. I could be wrong. I don't know. Let's turn this off for the moment and see if things get better. We'll see. Yeah, you can see it's a little. It might be the pipes as well as the fabricator taking time. I don't know. We'll find out. We're getting a little bit of lag. But I have also crafted us up a bunch of basic flux storage, so that we can make ourselves a Herculean. Because let me show you something. If we pull out, for whatever reason, once you've put something on the network, it becomes basic storage and not basic flux storage. But whatever, that's fine. Let's change this network. Put it on there. Oh, can I dump this? Okay, so I can't dump the power out of this. Whatever, that's fine. Let me go ahead and grab one of the basic flux storage, one of the ones that has not been added to the network. Let me plop this down so that we can see just how fast things are. Well, let's real quick. We'll jump over and take a look and see just how laggy things are. But the idea is not for us to hang out here, really, right? Yeah. So things are getting a little bit of stutters, getting a little bit of noise from some of these machines. I think maybe we don't need the speed upgrade in here either. Maybe not the end of the world, because now our backlog is cactus green. We just don't have enough cactus green coming in. Well, actually, you know what? No, we're making cyan dye, so I guess we must be doing kind of just okay. But we're not getting a backlog, certainly. We can see now, if we hop over, yeah, things are a little bit of frame dropping. You can see we've got, we've 20 and 48 polymer here, so we've got plenty of polymer over here as well, 2048. And so we're definitely replenishing our stock, which is great. And if we look down here at these, look at that, 15 pyrotheum dust. So we are producing more pyrotheum dust than we can handle with 64 of these things. And apparently we're even losing some items. That may cause some lag as well. That wouldn't be great. All right, well, not to the end of the world. And you can see here, we've got a huge backlog of sulfur. It looks like blaze powder is the backlog there. So we could add more sieves to try and make that a little faster, but yeah, I think we're doing okay. Let's look and see. Let's get away from there and see how the power itself does. So if we put this thing on the network, we'll see how quickly it fills up. And there we go. So we had a little lag stutter, but that was pretty darn quick. Let's try it out with the gargantuan, the Herculean. I don't remember. Oh yeah, these don't stack now that they're. We'll put these in here. That's fine. Pick that one up as well. Thank you very much. We'll throw in the larger. We'll craft one of the larger tier ones. Let's see. This is the Herculean. Yeah, the gargantuan is 128 million RF, but this is 12 million RF. Let's go ahead and craft one of those. And we'll plop it down, put it on the network, and see how quickly this one fills up. There we go. You can see, yeah, we are getting about a... Oh, man, this is fantastic. So doing the math on it, we should be getting 5,000... let's see, yeah, 5,000 RF per tick, which should be 100,000 RF per second, which seems to be borne out here. We're getting point whatever per second. So that's a heck of a lot faster than we've been able to do with these. Granted, I mean, basically, it's the same amount of output as these coal generators, just with 64 of them operating and being fed through that system. Now, that does mean we can take down the hopping bonsai plants. It's kind of the end of an era, but look at that. So much power. It's amazing. Now that we have the igneous extruder as well, I can I set up the Enderman going through here, producing some pristine Ender matter so that we can go ahead and just get some more Ender pearls that way. And we'll just continue to make more flux stuff so that we can get the Herculean and the flux power and get a whole bunch of extra flux storage going. And then, we should be more than set for crafting stuff up and getting to the moon with plenty of power, plenty of fuel. So look forward to that in future episodes, and I will see you soon. Cheers.